028 Are you that big boss? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Walking and chatting along the way, the few people soon came to the place where the fourth level was located. Zhao Waoqi, who has a strong body but a short height, is already waiting here. Mr. Zhao, I've brought someone here for the fourth test. Dai Mubai said respectfully. Huh? There are actually 5 people coming to the fourth level this year. Zhao Waoqi turned to look at them with a look of surprise, as if he had encountered something unbelievable. Dai Mubai said, not only did 5 of them come to the fourth test, but they were also exempted from the second and third test. The 5 of them are all over level 25, not bad, not bad. It seems that there are quite a few little monsters this year. Zhao Waoqi paused, his eyes swept over the 5 of them. I heard that there is a soul master among you. Who? Stand up and let me see. All eyes were on Zhang Tianyu, and Zhang Tianyu walked out. Not bad. He looks energetic. Zhao Waoqi was obviously very happy. Let me see the martial soul and soul ring first. Huang Quan came out, and the 3 soul rings appeared. Zhao Waoqi burst out laughing immediately. Good. Very good. This year really set a lot of records. Not only the number of admitted students has set a record, but the number of people who are enrolled at the same time may also set a record, and I think there will be a fastest graduating record. Ha ha ha. Zhao Waoqi was obviously very happy. The tiles of the surrounding buildings were shaking as he laughed loudly. After laughing, Zhao Waoqi calmed down. Boy, what's your name? Zhang Tianyu. Zhao Waoqi nodded. According to the general practice, a talented student like you is basically admitted to the hospital directly without taking the test. Everyone was taken aback for a moment, and immediately looked enviously at Zhang Tianyu, admitted to the hospital without examination. How great. Dai Mubai also nodded with a smile. Zhang Tianyu's strength can indeed be admitted to the hospital directly without examination. Anyway, he is convinced, but Zhang Tianyu was not happy. Don't. We can't do this. It must be fair, that if I am admitted to the hospital without a test, I will not be able to complete the task. Everyone was taken aback again. Huh? Refused admission without examination. Zhao Wuji's expression also changed slightly, and his eyes projected quite a satisfied look. Well said. I just like to do the opposite. The more talented students like you, the more serious I want to test. Come on. You don't understand, do you? I understand very well. Zhang Tianyu said, stop talking nonsense, let's start. Zhao Waoqi laughed, very good. This is the last test for me. If you pass my test, you can officially become a member of Shrek Academy. However, my test is not so easy to pass. Actual combat experience is the key to each test. A soul master must have the strength. What I will assess is your ability in this area. My name is Zhao Wuji. Since all 5 of you have passed the second and third levels without examination, then I will personally accompany you to play. Now I will give you a stick of incense time to get to know each other and discuss. After the stick of incense, the test begins. The content of the test is for the 5 of you to join hands to resist my attack for 1 stick of incense time. As long as one of you can persist until the end, you will all pass the test. Dai Mubai was stunned. Huh? Mr. Zhao, isn't it appropriate? What's inappropriate? Zhao Waoqi asked back. You can do it. Dai Mubai, although a man can't say no, but this time I really can't. I can't even beat Zhang Tianyu. I lost, and I lost face. So well, Mr. Zhao, it is very reasonable for you to go. Zhao Waoqi waved his hand, and a stick of incense stuck on the ground, and then he sat on the chair, and began to relax with his eyes closed. Dai Mubai called the 5 people aside, and briefly introduced Zhao Waoqi's level and strength. When they heard that Lao Zhao was a level 76 power-type battle soul saint, the other 4 were all dumbfounded except Zhang Tianyu. Soul sage, I am super, how to fight this? But seeing Zhang Tianyu with a calm face, they quickly calmed down. His soul sage is awesome, but we also have a big boss here. Several people introduced their martial spirits, abilities and strengths to each other. Ning Rongrong still attracted everyone's attention. Dai Mubai then said, "You guys match well, next you can discuss a tactic by yourself." Several people looked at Zhang Tianyu. Tang San said, "Tianyu, you are the strongest here, what plan do you have?" Zhang Tianyu thought that there is nothing to discuss, isn't it all obvious? I will attack from the front, Xiao Wu and Zhu Zhuqing will contain you from the flanks, San, you will control the field from behind, pay attention to controlling him, and at the same time protect Ning Rongrong. Ning Rongrong will be responsible for adding status to us later on. Okay, let's do that. Everyone nodded. Zhang Tianyu was speechless for a while. Anyone could tell such a set of tactics. Have you discussed it? Zhao Wuji's voice came. Several people put their poses and faced him. Okay. Zhao Waoqi waved his hand, another stick of incense was planted on the ground, and the sparring began officially. The soul sage at level 76 is not a soft persimmon. Zhang Tianyu has to complete the task, so he has to go all out, spread his hands, and Huang Quan appears. At this moment, Huang Quan is like an open gate of ghosts. As soon as it appeared, there was a gloomy wind howling in the arena, the temperature dropped suddenly, and ghost cries and wolf howls sounded in everyone's ears, which made people get goosebumps all over their bodies. Even the originally clear sky clouds began to gather. Zhang Tianyu's appearance also changed into that coquettish style. At this time, everyone looked at Zhang Tianyu with somewhat shocked expressions, especially Zhao Wuji. Zhao Wuji was stunned. "So it's you?" "Huh? What is me?" Ning Rongrong said, "It's that powerful eerie aura that suddenly appeared when we were waiting in line for the first test." Zhang Tianyu suddenly realized. Xiao Wu and Tang San smiled and spread their hands and shrugged. Dai Mubai went on to say, "At that time I thought it was another super strong nearby, but I didn't expect it to be you. I have fought against you, but I still don't know that your martial spirit can still have such a terrifying aura." Zhao Wuji smiled and said, "I was still nervous for a long time, so you are the strong man. Air." At that time, the teacher at the door suddenly summoned a martial spirit to shock the audience, and then my martial spirit ran out uncontrollably, but luckily I reacted quickly enough. "Okay, no need to explain," Zhao Waoqi said, "the stronger your strength, the happier I am. Let's get started." Ning Rongrong gently parted her lips. 7 treasures are famous. Zhao Wuji punched the ground violently. Of course he had to deal with Ning Rongrong first. How could Zhang Tianyu let him do what he wanted? Huang Quan flew into the air. Zhang Tianyu jumped up, stepped on Huang Quan's sword, and flew to Ning Rongrong before Zhao Wuji's attack came to Ning Rongrong's side in front of Rongrong. He reached out and hugged Ning Rongrong in his arms. "Ah, so soft, smell good, great. Really soft girl. Hey. Can you still control the sword?" Zhao Wuji and others were taken aback. 029 A boy like a god. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Huang Quan flew through the air at high speed, and flew towards the roof beside him. Zhang Tianyu jumped onto the roof with Ning Rongrong in his arms, and raised his hand. Brush. Huang Quan turned into a ray of black light and flew into his hand. The first soul ring lit up. Zhang Tianyu swung Huang Quan at a high speed. Dozens of black fireballs whizzed out, and flew straight towards Xiao Waoqi. Xiao Wu and Zhu Zhuqing had already rushed in front of Zhao Wuji, seeing these black balls flying towards. Xiao Wu's expression changed, and she immediately said, "Retreat first." Zhu Zhuqing reacted very quickly, and retreated quickly upon hearing this. Seeing this scene, Zhao Waoqi frowned. Years of combat experience and his instinct for danger told him that these black balls are not simple, they are very dangerous. He immediately put away his playful attitude and began to deal with it seriously. When the black ball flew in front of him, he yelled the first soul skill Fudoming King body. His whole body instantly turned into a small human-shaped sun, bursting out with dazzling golden light, and all the black balls were immediately bounced off, but before he was happy, the black balls circled in mid-air and continued to fly towards him. "It's so weird." Zhao Waoqi's expression changed. After one wave was not settled, another wave rose again, and then Zhang Tianyu's second wave of attack arrived. The second soul ring lit up, and Huang Quan roared away like a black lightning bolt. "You are here to assist us. Zhang Tianyu jumped off the roof after throwing down a sentence. It was only at this time that Ning Rongrong came to her senses, looking at Zhang Tianyu who had already jumped off. Her expression was still unfinished. It felt so good to be hugged by him. Immediately, a powerful fighting spirit surged out of her body. She was full of energy, and shouted loudly, "7 treasures are famous." The buff was finally added, and Xiao Wu and the others were all refreshed. Zhao Waoqi dodged a volley sword attack from Huang Quan. Huang Quan continued to pursue. The black fire circled in mid-air, aimed at Zhao Waoqi to chase and kill. Zhao Waoqi tried to withstand the black fire's attack, and his expression changed drastically on the spot. Not only was the flame extremely cold, but after touching the skin, there was no trace of injury, but a severe pain came from the depths of the soul. This is a flame that can directly hit the soul. Zhao Wuji didn't dare to touch this flame anymore, and immediately turned himself into an immobile king, and once again sent the remaining black fireballs flying together with the Huang Quan flying towards him at a very high speed. The third soul skill gravity enhancement. Several people in the field suddenly felt their bodies became heavy, especially Zhang Tianyu, as if a tank was crushed behind him. Zhao Waoqi's main target is him. After releasing the third soul skill, he immediately seamlessly connects to the fourth soul skill, location tracking. Call. The fourth soul ring flew out, landed on Zhang Tianyu, and locked Zhang Tianyu firmly. At the same time, Zhao Wujiu leaped high, and almost instantly leaped to Zhang Tianyu, punching him out. His tactics are completely accurate. As long as Zhang Tianyu is killed, black fire and Feijian will naturally disappear. However, ghost shadow, full level. Zhang Tianyu's figure instantly disappeared in front of Zhao Waoqi, and Zhao Waoqi punched nothing. What? Zhao Wuji was stunned. What kind of ghost skill is this? At the same time, the blue-silver grass broke through the ground and entangled Zhao Wuji again. Xiao Wu's little feet and Zhu Zhuqing's sharp claws also attacked at the same time. Go aside. Zhao Wuji raised both arms at the same time. His left arm blocked Xiao Wu's block, while his right hand grabbed Zhu Zhuqing's arm and slammed it out. Zhu Zhuqing didn't have time to react, and flew straight to a house. If this hits, it will definitely be injured. With such a short distance and such a fast speed, Zhu Zhuqing had no time to adjust his posture in midair. Dai Mubai's face turned pale with shock. He quickly summoned the white tiger to pick him up, but, just as Zhu Zhuqing flew out, a black light roared past Zhao Wuji's head. It is Huang Quan. The one who stepped on Huang Quan was Zhang Tianyu, who was holding Xiao Wu in his left hand. Huang Quan was extremely fast, and caught up with Zhu Zhuqing in midair. Zhang Tianyu copied it with his right hand. Come on you. Duong. A hot, plump and very elastic body was held in Zhang Tianyu's arms. At the moment. On my mother. Hug left and right. The blessing of Qi people. On the left is the soft and tender Xiao Wu, and on the right is Zhu Zhuqing playing QQ. Both are fragrant, but they are two different fragrances. I am beyond. Seijia's life is really worth it. Zhu Zhuqing was taken aback, didn't expect to be rescued by Zhang Tianyu. Dai Mubai is also. Ah, this? How fast are you? Is it really good that you are so fast as a man? And why don't you give me a chance? Zhu Zhuqing is mine, mine. Beauty is only for the strong. Zhang Tianyu laughed in his heart. You prepare on the outside first, and I will notify you when you need to do it. After finishing speaking, Zhang Tianyu put down the two girls. Zhu Zhuqing's heart beat a little faster, and he nodded a little flustered. Xiao Wu immediately said, "Be careful." Zhang Tianyu stepped on Huang Quan and flew in front of Zhao Wuji. Mr. Zhao is worthy of being a soul sage. Next, I will do my best. Be careful, Mr. Zhao. Zhao Waoqi was stunned for a moment, then smiled. Okay. I like your courage very much. Come. Just come. You can only fly by stepping on your martial soul, and when you attack me with your martial soul later, you will definitely land, and when you land, you will lose. Zhang Tianyu was flying in the sky. Zhao Wuji really didn't have a good way. He couldn't use the seventh soul skill, Wuhuan avatar, could he? in that case, even if you win, you will be laughed to death, but as long as Zhang Tianyu hits the ground, Zhao Wuji's 2, 3, 5, these 3 soul skills together, Zhang Tianyu will lose. Brush, Huang Quan flew towards him at top speed. Zhao Wuqi was ready to release the 5th soul skill, but in the end, Zhang Tianyu didn't land. That's right, he is still suspended in the air. This, Zhao Wuji was stunned. Does this kid have flying soul skills? In fact, Zhang Tianyu doesn't have flying soul skills. He can fly because of the Yun crane soul bone on his left leg. In a master's fight, any negligence is fatal, and Zhao Wuji's stupidity directly determines the outcome of this sparring. The first soul skill Scorching Sun Judgment. The third soul skill Life-Seeking Sword Chi, in an instant, Black Fireball. Fierce Sword Energy. Fly all over the sky. Zhao Wuqi was numb all over. I am super. So much. The fireball and sword energy intertwined in the air, crisscrossing the sky, like the end of the world. On the ground, Xiao Wu, Zhu Zhuqing and Ning Rongrong looked at this shocking and magnificent scenery. Their beautiful eyes were all fascinated. The young man with flying hair was so mighty and imposing at this moment, his godlike figure was deeply imprinted in the softest part of their hearts. The countdown is 1 second. Zhang Tianyu stood proudly in the air, stretched out his index finger, his long hair fluttered, his robe fluttered, and his voice was loud, then he withdrew his index finger. 0. Call. The fireball whizzed down, and the sword energy swarmed. Zhao Wuji quickly dodged, but at this moment, the blue-silver grass broke through again, entangled his legs. Damn it! Zhao Wuji opened his eyes wide. The sword chi and black fire have arrived. 0:30 Justice strikes. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Stop! Zhao Wuji yelled violently. Zhang Tianyu waved Huang Quan. The sword energy and black fire scattered like birds and beasts in an instant, flying into the sky and circling in all directions. Zhao Wuji looked at Zhang Tianyu with a satisfied look on his face. Yes, your strength is beyond my imagination. Let's stop here, Zhao Wuqi said with a smile. If I continue to fight, if I don't use my real skills, I will definitely lose to you, and I may be injured, but if I use my real skills, I will win. You are not honorable either. So. Zhang Tianyu raised his eyebrows. So, you are qualified, Zhao Wuqi laughed. On behalf of the academy, I welcome you to enroll. Several people were refreshed, with smiles on their faces. Dai Mubai obviously breathed a sigh of relief, and looked at Zhu Zhuqing, but Zhu Zhuqing didn't care about him. But even so, Dai Mubai was very happy, at least Zhu Zhuqing was not injured. Reminder, Cossack Bloodline, quest completed. You will be rewarded with +2 soul power level and +10 bonus points. Current soul power level, level 40, points, 2014 points. Zhang Tianyu waved the yellow spring, all the fireballs and sword energy flying in the sky disappeared, and then he landed on the ground, retracting the dark fire in Zhao Wuqi's body, smiling on his face, and complaining in his heart, that's it, that's it. Well, I saved my lightning triple whip. Mubai, take them to go through the enrollment procedures, arrange their residence, and start school tomorrow. Yes, teacher. Dai Mubai agreed, and happily led everyone into the academy. Zhao Wuqi turned around, looked at Zhang Tianyu's back, and said in a low voice, this boy is really good. The academy has received a super monster this time. Thinking of the shocking scene of black fire and sword energy just now, even Zhao Wuji, who is the soul sage, couldn't help but tremble, not to mention the unique characteristic of the strange black fire that only attacks the soul, but just talking about the terrifying number of black fireballs and sword energy, under the saturated attack, even Zhao Wuqi, who is good at defense and strength, will have to die if he is not dead. Degraded skin. It's only about level 30, and you can do this. If you reach level, you can probably single out Contra, right? The Soul King who can single out Contra is also in Shrek the Super Monster of Monsters. Zhang Tianyu, you were so amazing just now. Ning Rongrong clenched her two white and tender fists, with the nympho expression of a young girl in love seeing her idol in her heart. Calm down, keep a low profile, don't be too basic. Zhang Tianyu waved his hand. Ah. Ning Rongrong and the others didn't understand. It's just a basic operation, so don't be surprised. Zhang Tianyu explained, sometimes it is very difficult to communicate with these outsiders who don't know the meaning. Dai Mubai couldn't help but said, how about basic operations? Your soul skills are really too strong. Xiao Wu raised her chin proudly. I'm not lying, this is really a basic operation. When I went to the hunting forest to help Tang San hunt the soul ring, Tianyu directly hit a 700 head with this trick. Where is the soul beast of the year? Tang San smiled and said, that's right, when Tianyu came out with this move, all the surrounding spirit beasts were scared away, our target spirit beast also wanted to run away, but it didn't. Good boy. Ning Rongrong praised, although Zhu Zhuqing didn't speak, his beautiful eyes were always on Zhang Tianyu. Dai Mubai continued to ask, then casting such a powerful soul skill will consume a lot of your soul power, right? Ah, that's right. Zhang Tianyu said. In fact, the consumption is not large, the stronger the power of the soul skill, the greater the consumption of soul power. This is common sense, and it is also the basic objective rule of this soul world. But Zhang Tianyu's martial spirit is really too strong. For example, you can kill a group of ants with one finger. From the eyes of ants, your finger is simply an ancient artifact, but from your point of view, you just move your finger, and how much energy can be consumed by moving your finger? What about your strength? The powerful power of Zhang Tianyu's soul skills mostly comes from the addition of Wuhu and Huangquan. Just by waving Huangquan, one doesn't need to consume too much soul power to activate such a powerful soul skill, but how much energy and soul power can be consumed by waving Huangquan? But it can't be said in front of these people. Still keep a low profile. Boys are special, they can really attract girls' attention, but if it is too special, it will not only attract the attention of girls. Dai Mubai took everyone to pay the money, completed the enrollment procedures, and arranged dormitories for everyone. This busy day finally came to a halt, as in the novel. Dai Mubai and Ma Hongjun live in one room. Oscar and Tang San live in one room. Xiao Wu and Ning Rongrong live in one room, the remaining Zhu Zhuqing and Zhang Tianyu. Of course it is impossible to live in the same room. The two lived in a single room each. After staying in the dormitory for a while, there was a knock on the door, and the door opened, and the slim Xiao Wu stood outside the door. Ning Rongrong came with Xiao Wu. What's the matter? Zhang Tianyu asked. From the corner of his eyes, he could catch a glimpse of Ning Rongrong staring at him. Is this the feeling of being watched by a beautiful woman? But I'm used to it. Anyway, we have nothing to do when we're idle, so we want to wander around the academy and get to know the surrounding situation. Do you want to come with us? Xiao Wu asked. Do you want to go shopping now? Zhang Tianyu suddenly realized a problem. In the novel, after the fight with Zhao Waoqi, everyone was exhausted and had some injuries on their bodies, so after completing the admission procedures and arranging the dormitory, they each rested in the dormitory to heal their injuries. Then the next day when he went out for breakfast, the story of encountering Ma Hongjun started. But now, Zhang Tianyu almost settled Zhao Waoqi by himself. The others were basically guest cheerleaders, and Zhang Tianyu himself was not injured. Could it be that the story of meeting Ma Hongjun will start in advance? That's right, are you okay? Then let's go together. Saying that, Xiao Wu hugged Zhang Tianyu's arm. Zhang Tianyu naturally has no objection. Such two beauties are hanging out in the academy. In case you meet the wild Ma Hongjun, although Zhang Tianyu doesn't think that Ma Hongjun is Xiao Wu and Ning Rongrong's opponent, he may cause trouble, so he has to follow. If he encounters a wild Ma Hongjun, he will directly subdue him, and then justice will be judged, justice will be executed, confiscate the crime tools with 1 click and 3 times. Reminder, received the mission, justice strikes, mission objective, among Dai Mubai, Oscar, or Ma Hongjun, randomly choose one person to cheat once. Do it yourself, otherwise the mission will fail. Mission reward, reward point plus 20, start the follow-up mission. Failure penalty, 1 month of wandering. What the hell is this failure punishment? Why did you directly change the personal attack? It won't fail anyway, so what are you afraid of? The system said. Zhang Tianyu broke out in a cold sweat. Miss System, don't set a flag. 033 A woman's heart, the sea god's needle. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the end, Zhang Tianyu dismissed the idea. On Douluo continent, a business place like Gulen is legal, but Zhang Tianyu can't get over the hurdle in his heart. I think back on the earth, I was handsome, unrestrained and suave, it was easy to ask my sister out to play, and it was easy to pick up girls. When did you go to a place like Gulen? To be precise, do you still need to go to a place like Gulen? From Zhang Tianyu's point of view, going to Gulen is a shame. Relying on his comprehensive strength, he will have a great sense of accomplishment if he catches a girl, but going to Gulen, in his opinion, is equivalent to spending money to buy meat, which is no fun. The fire in my heart never goes out. Zhang Tianyu tossed and turned and couldn't fall asleep, so he simply got up and walked out of the dormitory. Taking a breath of the fresh and cool night air, most of the depression in Zhang Tianyu's chest disappeared immediately. The moonlight was just right. Zhang Tianyu thought for a while, and jumped onto the roof. The night wind blows, which is extremely refreshing. At this moment, Zhang Tianyu suddenly discovered that there was also a slim figure sitting on the roof of the hut not far ahead. Judging from the degree of plumpness, it is certain that Zhu Zhuqing is correct. Zhang Tianyu immediately came to his senses, exerted his powerful eyesight, and looked over. This was the first time that Zhang Tianyu looked Zhu Zhuqing up, down, left, and right seriously. 1 says 1, number 1 says 0. It's so big. So plump. The place that should be convex is convex, the place that should be concave is concave, the place that should be round is round, the place that should be thin is thin. I'm ready. Ah, so fast. The system complained. I mean, my mood has improved. Zhang Tianyu said. System, I believe you a ghost. Zhu Zhuqing sat on the roof of her dormitory, motionless. Like a statue of a goddess under the moon. Zhang Tianyu sighed. If I had met such a flirtatious boyfriend, I would be so depressed to death. Dai Mubai was under a lot of pressure and knew he was invincible, so he broke his cans and indulged himself. The system said. This is bullshit, Zhang Tianyu said. There is no chance of being intubated to live to be 90 years old, so I indulged in reckless, early death and early rebirth. A classic ostrich. Then if you were the host standing in Dai Mubai's position, what would you do? The system asked. What else can I do? Assassinate. Zhang Tianyu said. A sick family has bred a set of sick logic. It is normal to welcome a sick newborn in a sick way. The strong should be respected, right? The weak should be killed or abolished, right? Then what is the strong? The one who can live to the end is the strong, and the dead strong can only be called the dead. If I were Dai Mubai, I would try my best to get rid of Davis. If Davis is dead, I am the strongest of the generation of the Xingluo royal family. If the emperor doesn't choose me as the crown prince, he will not abide by the rules. This Dai Mubai sand sculpture, instead of fighting for your own future, you give up on yourself here. You really deserve to die a long time ago. The system bowed. Good brain circuit. But Davis is not so easy to kill. Of course it's not that easy to kill, so this is the part that really tests the skills. It is necessary to carry out the assassination quietly and with all means. What if you fail and get killed? Zhang Tianyu spread his hands. I worked hard, I tried my best. If I still can't change, then I can't help it. At least I have no complaints or regrets. Pa. Systematic applause sounded in my mind. Does this thing still have this function? Zhang Tianyu was a little surprised. At this moment, Zhu Zhuqing seemed to be aware of Zhang Tianyu's existence, and suddenly turned his head to look towards Zhang Tianyu. Zhang Tianyu looked at her generously. What am I afraid of on the roof of my own dormitory? Zhu Zhuqing didn't look back either, and stared at Zhang Tianyu silently. A man and a woman looked at each other quietly in this lonely, cold and restless night. After a while, Zhu Zhuqing looked away, turned over and got off the roof. Zhang Tianyu sighed softly. Alas, I have no one to accompany me in this lonely night. And me, host. The system said. Are you human? Zhang Tianyu asked back. One sentence left the system speechless. Zhu Zhuqing's dormitory. After returning to the dormitory, Zhu Zhuqing was in a difficult mood. As a standard iceberg beauty, Zhu Zhuqing had never looked directly at any man, including Dai Mubai. Zhang Tianyu was the only man who made her look straight at him. Zhang Tianyu looks really good looking. It's nothing more than good looking, the talent and strength are too strong. It's okay to be talented and strong, but people are too warm. Renwan is nothing more than that, and she is really too pure. Instead of relying on her good looks and strength to go out and mess around, instead she has been honestly with Xiao Wu all the time. This last point is what Zhu Zhuqing cares most about. Such a good man, such a perfect man, where can I find him? Before coming to Shrek Academy, Zhu Zhuqing had never envied any woman, but after coming here, Xiao Wu became the person she admired the most. Sitting on the edge of the bed, looking at the bright moon outside the window, she sighed in a low voice, if I were Xiao Wu, how wonderful it would be. Tomorrow night, I will continue to sit on the roof for a while. Will Zhang Tianyu also go to the roof to stay for a while like tonight? Well, don't tell me, it's quite comfortable to sit on the roof for a while and enjoy the wind. I'm going to come up and sit for a while tomorrow night. Zhang Tianyu said heartily. The system is not responding. I'm not human, what are you talking about with me? Yo, are you still angry? Ignore people. Oh, it's not like that. What is the relationship between us? A relationship that both prospers, and both of us suffer, right? So why are you angry, that the system is not responding? Zhang Tianyu sighed. Oh, I'm not happy with a word, a woman's heart is pierced, that the system is not angry anymore. The next morning, everyone woke up early, although Zhang Tianyu went to bed late, but now he is a soul master after all, and he is full of energy after waking up, because they had checked the map yesterday, they all knew the location of the cafeteria. Xiao Wu and Ning Rongrong gathered at the gate of Zhang Tianyu, and the three of them walked towards the cafeteria together. On the way, a sudden quarrel attracted the attention of the three of them. Ma Hongjun, don't look for me anymore. I won't be with you anymore. Suehua, did I treat you badly? Why did you break up with me? Didn't you still? Upon hearing this voice, Xiao Wu and Ning Rongrong were immediately taken aback. This seems to be the voice of that little fat man last night. Ah, shut up. Don't say it. You are very good to me, but I can't stand you anymore. We are not suitable, you should find someone else. I am several years older than you. Please, don't do it again. I'm here. That the little fat man Ma Hongjun said angrily. What do you mean you can't stand me? I really don't understand what you girls are thinking. It's okay to break up, come with me again, and I will break up with you, otherwise, there is no way. Zhang Tianyu directly called Nyobi the best. Body structure chart of ordinary people, internal organs. Ma Hongjun's body structure diagram. Kidney 034 Use glycerin to kill my friend. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Not far ahead, a young man and woman who were arguing appeared in front of the three of them. Among them, the boy was the little fat man they saw last night, that is Ma Hongjun. The other is a plainly dressed country girl, Suehua. Although the dress is very simple, but one thing to say, looks not bad. It is not as good as Xiao Wu and the three girls, but they are still good looking and of high quality. The most important thing is that maybe because I am a villager, I do farm work all the year round, so I have a very good figure, with bumps and convexities, mature and plump. Although she looks tender, she has the temperament of a young woman. Come again. Are you still human? No, I don't want to come again. That when Suehua heard that Ma Hongjun was going to have a happy breakup, her face turned pale with fright, like a panicked rabbit kept backing away and begging for mercy. Zhang Tianyu couldn't help sighing in his heart. Ma Hongjun, not only was he born out of time, but he was also born out of time, with his special body structure and terrifying firepower. After going to the earth, it is definitely the favorite of rich women. What's wrong with being fatter? At least the face isn't ugly. And being chubby just fits the appetite of many rich women. The key is that the firepower is strong enough. Seeing Suehua's frightened look, Ma Hongjun was even more annoyed. Aren't you usually very happy? Last night you barked louder than me. What the hell are you? Shut up. Stop talking. Cuihua blushed and hurriedly stopped her. At the same time, Xiao Wu finally couldn't stand it any longer, stepped forward and said, "Hey you, people have rejected you, why are you still stalking me so hard?" Cuihua and Ma Hongjun were taken aback for a moment, they all looked over. Seeing the lovely Xiao Wu and the beautiful Ning Rongrong, Ma Hongjun's eyes stared straight away. "Oh, what a beautiful girl. Why, speak for her, do you want to replace her as my new girlfriend?" "Okay. Yes, no problem, I want both. Come on, come with brother, let me now guide you. Reminder, receive the mission, I want you to go to Nima's sky, the mission objective, to defeat Ma Hongjun. Mission reward, absorb part of the phoenix spirit from Ma Hongjun, enhance all of your own fire-type abilities, and the abilities of other departments. You will also get the attack bonus of the phoenix flame, and the reward point is +5. Failure penalty, Xiao Wu and Ning Rongrong's favorability towards you will decrease, and Ning Rongrong's follow-up mission will be closed." Hearing Ma Hongjun, Xiao Wu and Ning Rongrong raised eyebrows and looked angry, Zhang Tianyu was about to speak when he stepped in front of them and looked directly at Ma Hongjun. "If you want Nima, yes, go to Nima's heaven." Ma Hongjun was stunned for a moment, and Ning Rongrong was also stunned. Unexpectedly, such a handsome, powerful, talented, gentle and refined gentleman like Zhang Tianyu, even swearing? And it's still the mother's swearing when you open your mouth. Wow, impressed. Not only did Ning Rongrong not hate Zhang Tianyu because of this, but because of refreshing her knowledge, she became more interested in Zhang Tianyu. Such is the case with young people who are happy to be kind to each other. Smile happily when you are happy, and scold angrily when you are angry. This is the character that a teenager should have. In fact, this is a kind of rebellious psychology. Ning Rongrong's father Ning Fengji is a standard refined gentleman. Ning Rongrong has long been a little tired of spending time with that kind of textbook-style refined gentleman. This is similar to why the aristocratic Ruth on the Titanic likes the little bastard Jack. Before, Ning Rongrong only admired Zhang Tianyu's appearance and strength, but now, Zhang Tianyu's foul language can be said to directly make Ning Rongrong elated. Xiao Wu is not surprised anymore. Zhang Tianyu has scolded more harshly before. After Ma Hongjun was taken aback, he was furious on the spot. "Stinky boy, you dare to scold me? You want to die? Calling you?" Zhang Tianyu chuckled. Call. Huang Quan appeared with a gloomy cold air. 3 soul rings overflowed Zhang Tianyu's body surface. Zhang Tianyu looked directly at Ma Hongjun. "I still want to beat you up." Ma Hongjun was stunned on the spot. What the hell? Holy shit. Where did the Soul Master come from? And still such a young Hunzan. Doesn't the academy only wear the boss with a soul venerable? Where the hell did this come from? 3 spirit rings are amazing. Don't think that the young master is afraid of you. Everyone has advantages and disadvantages. Although Ma Hongjun is a shy person, he is really not shy in his actions. Whether or not you can beat is not the point is whether you dare to fight. So what if you are a soul master? If you dare to scold me, even if you can't beat you, I will fight you. The 2 soul rings overflowed the body surface, and a loud cry resounded through the audience. In an instant, everyone felt that the temperature around them rose sharply. Ma Hongjun completed the martial soul possession in an instant, and changed into a mohawk-style hairstyle. Long feathers protruded from his thick exposed arms, and his hands became claw-shaped. Seeing his appearance, Xiao Wu chuckled, "Is there such a fat phoenix? No matter how I look at it, he looks like a chicken." Zhang Tianyu said, "Don't ask, just like basketball, singing, dancing, and rap." Xiao Wu and Ning Rongrong were taken aback. What is basketball? What is singing and dancing score? I'll explain to you later. After finishing speaking, Zhang Tianyu waved his hand. Huang Quanjian whizzed away, and bumped into the phoenix line of fire issued by Ma Hongjun head-on. "TCH, you have a wooden sword, and you still want to fight it with my phoenix flame? The martial soul can't resist it." Ma Hongjun smiled disdainfully. "I think you don't understand at all. So what about Hunzun?" my martial soul just restrains you, watch me burn your martial soul to ashes. Zhang Tianyu didn't answer, but just gave Ma Hongjun a disdainful smile. Your phoenix flame is powerful, but I, Huang Quan, am a vegetarian. Whoosh! Huang Quan is like black lightning, howling through the sky, the momentum is overwhelming. Boom! The phoenix line of fire was directly scattered. It burst into sparks scattered in the sky. What? Ma Hongjun was taken aback. The remaining momentum of the underworld is unabated, and it is coming. Ma Hongjun's face turned pale, and he hurriedly avoided. At this time, he only has the first 2 soul skills, and he can't fly yet, so he can only run to avoid, but how could his running speed compare to Huang Quan's flying speed? Fuck my friend with glycerin, battle him. The little fat man displayed a speed like the wind, striding forward and running wildly. After running tens of meters away, Ma Hongjun felt that the sword should have stopped chasing him. After all, every soul skill has a range, and you are a soul master, and this flying sword is also your second soul skill. The range of the second soul skill can't be hundreds of meters, right? As a result, when he turned his head, Huang Quan was beside his face. It means that Huang Quan is a sword. If Huang Quan is a person, at this moment he must say, "Are you the Shrek Power Boy?" and slap Ma Hongjun in the face. Ma Hongjun screamed in fright, his feet became unsteady, his whole body immediately lost his balance, and fell forward. After the chubby face touched Mother Earth affectionately for 7 or 8 meters, Ma Hongjun finally stopped. Zhang Tianyu directly took a tactical back. What is a master of face break? Reminder, Ma Hongjun has been defeated, the mission has been completed. Start stealing, or no, start absorbing the phoenix spirit. P.S. Thank you book friend, Mortal Cultivating Immortals, for your reward. 035 Zhu Zhuqing's favorability towards you has increased. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A light invisible to others appeared between Zhang Tianyu and Ma Hongjun. Connect the 2 bodies together. Not the kind of connection you think. Fiery red rays of light floated out of Ma Hongjun's body, followed the light connecting the 2, and transported into Zhang Tianyu's body. Zhang Tianyu only felt waves of fiery breath stirring in his body. His limbs and bones were as warm as summer. This process is very short, and it is over in 5 or 6 seconds. Ma Hongjun didn't feel anything. Zhang Tianyu leisurely brought Xiao Wu and Ning Rongrong to a few meters in front of Ma Hongjun. Little fat man, are you still fighting? Suihua ran over panting. Stop hitting, stop hitting. Ma Hongjun stood up, furious in his heart, wiped his face vigorously, and pointed at Zhang Tianyu angrily. You wait for me. Don't think that your high level of soul power is great. I will definitely have a higher level of soul power than you in the future. Zhang Tianyu smiled unkindly. Later. Sorry, everyone is qualified to say, don't bully the young and poor, but you, Ma Hongjun, are not qualified, because from the beginning to the end, among the Shrek crowd, you are at the bottom. Others may just be the tail of the crane for a while, but you are the tail of the crane for a lifetime. Why do you have the nerve to say, I will be higher than you in the future? Not to mention that I have sucked away part of the phoenix spirit, although it will not harm you, nor will it hurt your martial soul origin, but if a part of the spirit is missing, your future cultivation speed will be reduced. This is the original words of the system. Why are you laughing? Ma Hongjun clenched his fists and said angrily. I'll wait for you. Zhang Tianyu said, just as Ma Hongjun was about to speak. Dai Mubai's familiar voice came from behind. Where are you guys here? Several people looked back, and saw the handsome and energetic Dai Mubai walking towards the rising sun. Zhu Zhuqing's arrival put him in a good mood. At this moment, he was happier than 5 pairs of decamuplets. Then he saw Ma Hongjun's soiled body and his embarrassed face, and he was suddenly surprised. Oh, fat man, what's wrong with you? Ma Hongjun immediately said, Boss Dai, you just came. Do me a favor and clean up this kid together. Saying that, Ma Hongjun gnashed his teeth and pointed at Zhang Tianyu. Dai Mubai was confused on the spot. Xiao Wu and Ning Rongrong all chuckled. Let Dai Mubai clean up Zhang Tianyu. Fighting against Tianyu, does he have the strength? Xiao Wu laughed out loud. Why did she lose the 100,000 gold coins? You guys had a fight just now. Dai Mubai asked a little confused. Ah. Ma Hongjun said. How dare you say there was a fight? Ning Rongrong laughed, you were the one who got beaten up. Ma Hongjun blushed on the spot, and muttered, it's just because the level of spirit power is higher than mine. If it's the same level, it doesn't matter who beats who, Xiao Wu said, that's not true. Although Tianyu is higher in level than you, Tianyu didn't use the third soul ability, and only used the second soul ability to beat you to the ground. That's right. Ning Rongrong said. You. Ma Hongjun was so ashamed and indignant. Okay. Dai Mubai quickly smoothed things over, pulled Ma Hongjun aside and whispered, You, didn't I tell you last night, don't provoke these freshmen, why don't you listen? Ma Hongjun was taken aback, I didn't know they were freshmen. You're stupid. Dai Mubai knocked on his head, such a young and new face, the clothes and temperament are obviously different from the villagers, it's not a newborn, could it be a newborn? Forehead. Dai Mubai knocked him again angrily, I think you saw the two girls grow beautifully, so you completely forgot what I said, and then teased you. Ma Hongjun didn't dare to look at him, he scratched his feet in embarrassment. Tianyu is strong, but he is a very nice person. He never seeks trouble for nothing, or bullies others. If you don't speak out to tease others, they will definitely not do anything. Ma Hongjun scratched his head, okay, boss Dai, what you said is right. What happened specifically? Dai Mubai asked. Ma Hongjun roughly explained the matter. Dai Mubai smiled unkindly, turned to look at Tsuehua. So that's the case, Miss Tsuehua, can you not stand this fat man? Tsuehua covered her face with her hands in embarrassment, turned and fled. Hey! Ma Hongjun stretched out his hand, looked at Tsuehua running away, and sighed decadently. Okay, don't sigh, why don't a man have a wife, just look for it again, let's go to dinner together. Dai Mubai patted Ma Hongjun on the shoulder, and then said to Zhang Tianyu and the others. Let's go to the cafeteria together. By the way, let me introduce each other. This is the third student, Ma Hongjun. After hearing about his strange martial soul with evil fire, Zhang Tianyu didn't react, Ning Rongrong and Xiao Wu all showed complicated expressions. Originally they all hated Ma Hongjun a bit, but when they heard that it was the mutated martial soul that turned Ma Hongjun into an astringent evil spirit, the two of them could only look at each other and swallowed back the taunting words that came to their lips, while introducing each other. The four of them also came to the cafeteria. In the cafeteria, Zhu Zhuqing had already arrived and was eating. After these people stepped into the cafeteria, Tang San also came here. Tang San is so miserable, he came to eat alone. But I'm so happy to see it. Dai Mubai and Ma Hongjun have a good relationship, and they are relatively casual on weekdays, so the introductions are also relatively casual, and their mouths are also bad, and they are bad friends. If Dai Mubai's mouth hurts a little in normal times, Ma Hongjun doesn't care, but today, Ma Hongjun's girlfriend ran away and was beaten up by Zhang Tianyu. He was upset at first, but after hearing Dai Mubai's bad words, he became angry. If I have a pretty face like you and Xiao Ao, and I can date multiple girlfriends at the same time, why is that so? Dai Mubai was taken aback for a moment, turned his head suddenly to look at Zhu Zhuqing who was eating quietly, then turned his head and glared at Ma Hongjun fiercely. You don't have to belittle yourself. Don't think that I don't know that you go to 3 games a day and date different girls. Ma Hongjun continued to make up. I'm warning you, fat man, you can eat indiscriminately, and don't talk indiscriminately, shut up. Dai Mubai lowered his voice and warned. Ma Hongjun chuckled, and said, aren't you always proud instead of ashamed? What happened today? Did you take the wrong medicine? Dai Mubai glared at him, you. Stop talking nonsense. There are some things that should not be said indiscriminately. If you try to ruin my reputation, don't blame me for being rude to you. Ma Hongjun was very puzzled. What happened to you today? How did I ruin your reputation? Didn't you still have sex with the twins the night before yesterday? What the hell? Dai Mubai rushed over, tightly covered Ma Hongjun's mouth, and at the same time glanced at Zhu Zhuqing in panic. Zhu Zhuqing was always eating with a cold face, as if he didn't hear it at all. Before Dai Mubai breathed a sigh of relief, Zhang Tianyu's final makeup was delivered. Twins. It's the two girls you hugged in the hotel that day, right? Dai Mubai. Crowd. Reminder, the task, Justice Strikes, is completed. You have successfully tricked Dai Mubai, and Zhu Zhuqing's affection for him has dropped to freezing point. Hint, Zhu Zhuqing believes your words, and is grateful to you for letting her know the truth. Zhu Zhuqing's favorability towards you has increased. Get bonus points, 20. 036 I didn't want to be a scumbag, but the system sent tasks. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Brother. You are my own brother. Dai Mubai transformed into a warrior like the wind and rushed in front of Zhang Tianyu, covering Zhang Tianyu's mouth. Zhang Tianyu was taken aback. Seeing Zhang Tianyu's innocent question mark, Dai Mubai was so aggrieved that he was about to cry. Zhu Zhuqing put down his rice bowl, turned around and left, cold as ice, hard as a stone. Seeing her walk out of the cafeteria, Dai Mubai let go of his hand. Tianyu. You are my real brother. Ah. What's the matter? Zhang Tianyu asked strangely. Xiao Wu rolled her eyes. You still can't see it, he wants to harm Zhu Zhuqing now. Ma Hongjun has been talking about his affairs outside, of course he doesn't want Zhu Zhuqing to hear it. Ning Rongrong continued, then you gave him a tool at the end, which directly confirmed that he had at least a pair of twins outside. Ah. Zhang Tianyu looked embarrassed and apologetic. I'm sorry, Lao Dai, I didn't think too much about it, but when he said twins, I thought of you hugging me when we were betting those two. Dai Mubai, after a full 5 seconds of silence, Dai Mubai slapped his forehead. Oh, that's all, those who don't know don't blame me, and I won't say more. Tianyu, dear brother, I won't talk about this matter, in the future. Don't worry, we are all brothers. Zhang Tianyu immediately patted his chest. From now on, in front of Zhu Zhuqing, as long as we have a chance, we will say that you are a pure and innocent boy. Xiao Wu chuckled. Ning Rongrong was also speechless. Zhu Zhuqing is not a fool, how can she not know what Dai Mubai looks like? Even if Dai Mubai engraves the words, innocent boy, on his face, in everyone's eyes, it is equivalent to applying a layer of cream on the shit, pure waste of these 4 words. Dai Mubai also knew this, waved his hand, that's not necessary. Turning around and looking at Zhu Zhuqing's disappearing back, Dai Mubai also sighed decadently. Ma Hongjun also figured out the situation at this time, walked over and said, don't worry, boss Dai, in the future, in front of that chick, I will definitely speak well of you when I have a chance. Xiao Wu and Ning Rongrong both rolled their eyes at them, then lowered their heads and continued to eat. By the way, boss Dai, Ma Hongjun asked again at this time, yesterday you said that there was a new student who directly defeated teacher Zhao. Could it be Zhang Tianyu? Dai Mubai said, you are finally smart for a while, that's right. Although Ma Hongjun guessed it, he was still somewhat suspicious. Zhang Tianyu, I admit that you are very powerful, I can't beat you, but teacher Zhao is a level 76 soul sage after all. How did you defeat teacher Zhao? Competition and deathmatch are 2 different things, Zhang Tianyu said, the other is just a little bit of luck. Don't be humble. After Dai Mubai finished speaking, he asked everyone to say his nickname, which can be regarded as shortening the distance. After all, they will all be in the same academy in the future, and there are only a few people. It is beneficial and harmless. Soon, the summoning bell rang, and everyone hurriedly finished their breakfast and came to the college playground. On the playground, Oscar and Zhu Zhuqing had already arrived. Oscar shaved his beard, looked like he was still awake, with his eyes half closed, staggered, and ate a sausage slowly. Zhu Zhuqing stood on the other side, without squinting, with a cold expression. Everyone walked over immediately. Dai Mubai of course stood beside Zhu Zhuqing, but as soon as he stood over, Zhu Zhuqing immediately changed places and stood beside Xiao Wu. Ma Hongjun, Zhang Tianyu and Xiao Wu were immediately separated between Dai Mubai and her. Ugh. Dai Mubai sighed in his heart. Reminder, received the mission. Family marriage contract is feudal dross. Mission objective, capture Zhu Zhuqing. Mission reward, a random soul guide, soul power increased by 5 levels, reward points plus 50, if Xiao Wu and Ning Rongrong leave you, it will be regarded as a mission failure, if Zhu Zhuqing's favorability with you drops to 0, it will also be regarded as a mission failure, failure penalty, hairstyle change to Mediterranean for 10 years. Reminder, received the mission, we are the right match, the mission objective, capture Ning Rongrong. Mission reward, a random soul guide, soul power increased by 5 levels, reward points plus 50, if Xiao Wu and Zhu Zhuqing leave you, it will be regarded as a mission failure, if Ning Rongrong's favorability with you drops to 0, it will also be regarded as a mission failure, failure penalty, the belly becomes a general belly for a period of 10 years. Zhang Tianyu, what does it mean? What do you mean by system? Just let me be a scumbag openly, right? If you don't become a scumbag, you will become a Mediterranean, general belly, skip adolescence and enter greasy middle age, right? Ugh. I'm just an innocent boy. Why do you want me to be a scumbag? Host, please respect yourself. No innocent young man has the ability to ask out a beautiful young girl whom he has known for less than 24 hours to play poker. We just saw each other by chance and fell in love with each other at first sight. Zhang Tianyu retorted righteously. Fall in love at first sight with dozens of girls. The system asked back Zhang Tianyu. Anyway, the mission has already been sent out. Whether it succeeds or fails, it is up to the host to decide for himself. Zhang Tianyu's face hurts. Still succeed or fail? Dare I fail? If you fail, you will directly lose the right to choose a spouse for 10 years. 90% of the people in the world follow their 5 senses with their 3 views. Both men and women are the same. He said that he loves you forever, but if you become ugly, he will immediately turn around and leave without any nostalgia. Regardless of the fact that these 3 little girls all have a crush on Zhang Tianyu now, if Zhang Tianyu really becomes a Mediterranean beer belly, they might break up with Zhang Tianyu right away, and don't even bother to say a word. Xiao Wu shouldn't be so straightforward, but the end result should be similar. Goodness is always only on the surface. Since the task is given, I will do it. Zhang Tianyu was silent for a few seconds, and asked in his heart. System, since you hate scumbags, why did you choose me as the host? Judging from the system's attitude towards Yu Xiaogang at the beginning, this guy is extremely hostile to scumbags, so here comes the problem. Why would a guy who hates scumbags choose a scumbag to cooperate with? The system fell silent, and the atmosphere became more and more depressing. After more than 10 seconds, the system finally said. He's a natural scum, but you're not. At this moment, the dean of the college, Flender, finally walked over like an old man who had had enough of showing off. Thank you. Zhang Tianyu said heartily. You're welcome. The system replied. Flender walked in front of everyone and stopped. This year is very good, we have 4 more little monsters. I, Shrek Academy Dean Flender, welcome you on behalf of the Academy. I heard that there was a little monster who defeated Mr. Zhao yesterday. Who is it? Stand up and let me see. Zhang Tianyu stood up. Well, not bad. First of all, he looks okay. Crowd, good. Just okay. As for you, a shoehorn-faced uncle, how dare you say these 2 words? 037 blushing for what? You are listening at novelfull.audio. The martial soul and soul ring come out, let me see. Huang Quan appeared quietly, and the 3 soul rings of yellow, and purple lingered around the body. Flender frowned. As one of the golden triangles who once traveled all over the mainland, Flender's knowledge is far beyond that of ordinary people, and Zhao Waoqi is much worse than him. At the moment when Zhang Tianyu's soul ring appeared, Flender was keenly aware of a fleeting powerful aura. This aura comes from the energy on these 3 soul rings. How could the century-old soul ring and the 1,000-year soul ring exude such a powerful aura? That powerful aura is like a 10,000-year spirit ring. Isn't this an ordinary yellow and purple soul ring? Or, am I delusional? What's your name? Zhang Tianyu. Zhang Tianyu, what kind of soul beasts do these 3 soul rings come from? The first soul ring, the century-old flame lion. Second soul ring, Centennial Flying Eagle. The third soul ring, Kirby of the Millennium Moon. Everyone was slightly taken aback. Flender was also taken aback. Kirby of the Moon. This kind of spirit beast is notoriously difficult to kill, and it is relatively rare. You are lucky and powerful to get the spirit ring of this kind of spirit beast. Very much. Zhang Tianyu explained, this is actually not what I hunted, but the soul ring attached to my martial soul. What? As soon as this statement came out, except for Xiao Wu and Tang San, everyone else was stunned. The soul ring that comes with it. What do you mean? Zhang Tianyu basically said that Huang Quan was his own inherited martial spirit, and then it underwent a mutation. Everyone heard them envious and jealous. You don't need to go to great lengths to find a soul beast with the right age and soul skills, you don't have to take risks to hunt and kill soul beasts, you don't have to take the risk of absorbing a soul ring. Every time one breaks through the 10th level bottleneck, the spirit can automatically breed a spirit ring with a suitable year and suitable spirit skills. This is simply the safest, most convenient and comfortable martial soul. Ma Hongjun was hit hard. Ma Hongjun's proudest thing has always been the fact that the trash chicken spirit at the bottom mutated into the phoenix spirit at the top of the food chain. As a result, looking at Zhang Tianyu's martial soul now, it's also a mutated martial soul, but this one is even better, more comfortable, and stronger. It's amazing. Ning Rongrong's beautiful eyes flowed, and his impression of Zhang Tianyu was refreshed again. Zhu Zhuqing had no expression on his face, but his eyes were full of surprise. Xiao Wu is a little proud, my family Tianyu is so annoying. Although everyone was envious and jealous, they had no doubts, including Flender. After all, even Yu Xiaogang, the so-called master of the most thorough study of Wuhuan theory on the mainland, believed this set of rhetoric, let alone others. It's the first time I've heard of such a miraculous mutated martial soul, Flender said with a smile. I've learned a lot today. Since it was a mutated spirit, the fleeting powerful aura that appeared when the spirit ring appeared could be explained. Maybe that's not the energy of the soul ring at all, but the aura inherent in the martial soul. Seeing Zhang Tianyu's flirtatious appearance, Flender believed in his guess even more. After summoning the martial soul, will you definitely look like this? Flender asked. Yes, Dean, Zhang Tianyu replied, as long as you take back your martial spirit, it will return to its original form. I've learned a lot. Flender nodded and smiled. It's like wearing lipstick, like a woman. Crowd, that's right. Zhang Tianyu looks so good-looking, he looks like a woman without lipstick. It can only be said that the appearance after summoning the martial soul is full of evil spirits and looks even more handsome. Xiao Wu, who has been with him for a long time, always gets red-eyed every time he sees it, especially Ning Rongrong. Zhu Zhuqing, it's better to cover up. I don't want to either, but there's nothing wrong with it. Zhang Tianyu helplessly raised his hand to wipe his face and mouth, but no matter how you rub it, your lips are still as bright as lip gloss, and your face is still as white as powder. If you really summoned Huang Quan, you would transform into the Demon Respect Tower. Okay, take back your martial soul and return to the team. Looking at the 5 new recruits this year, Flender was full of joy, and ordered. Mubai, here are 5 more juniors and juniors. Later, you will tell them the rules of the academy, and then go back to rest, and try your best to restore your condition to the best level. Today's first class will be start at night. Oscar, you and Ning Rongrong are exceptions, you two come with me. After the 2 walked over, Flender waved his hand. Others can go to rest. Remember, before dark, make yourself in the best condition. Don't blame me for not reminding you. The teaching in this academy and other places are different. Same, you may even face danger. Zhu Zhuqing turned and left. Dai Mubai didn't catch up this time, but watched her leave with complicated eyes, then turned and walked in another direction. Ma Hongjun ran very fast and disappeared in a flash. Zhang Tianyu also turned to leave. Xiao Wu followed behind him. Only Tang San stayed where he was. He wanted to see how Flender taught. Flender didn't care, anyway, he had already said what needed to be said. On the way to the dormitory, Xiao Wu said to herself, the dean said that the class will start at night, and it may even be dangerous. What class will it be? Let's fight in the Great Soul Arena. Dai Mubai said before that the teaching of this academy pays great attention to actual combat, so you can guess it. Old Dai said before that the teaching of this academy focuses on actual combat, so it may be to find some opponents for us to practice. Zhang Tianyu said. That makes sense. Xiao Wu nodded, but, where to find opponents? Could it be the students from Suodo City Intermediate Academy? They cut. Zhang Tianyu directly expressed his disdain, a bunch of scumbags. To put it bluntly, I could single out the entire academy by myself. Who would that be? Zhang Tianyu said, the college is very poor, so there must be no money to hire a training partner. Do you still remember the big soul fighting field we saw when we went shopping in the city yesterday? Xiao Wu's eyes lit up. You mean? Anyone who is a soul master can sign up to participate in it, and will be matched with soul masters of similar rank and level to fight, so I guess, maybe the dean will take us somewhere at night. Xiao Wu nodded. Participating in the competition in the Great Soul Arena is all about winning, for bonuses and honors, so it must not be a one-stop sparring. Then there is a possibility of injury. Tianyu, I think you guessed it right, that this is nonsense, Zhang Tianyu said in his heart. Then shall we go and have a look now? Xiao Wu was full of excitement and curiosity. She wanted to go in and see it yesterday, but it was dark at that time, and they went back to the academy early after dinner, so they didn't go in. Today, it's only morning, there's plenty of time. Okay. Zhang Tianyu smiled, summoned Huang Quan, jumped onto the sword, and asked with a smile. Are you going to stand in front of me, or behind me? Stand in front of you, you hug me. Xiao Wu blushed and said softly, Yo. Xiao Wu blushed.